Hey there, and welcome to the channel. Today I am taking my tomato buckets and I'm going to be using a new trellis technique that I've heard a lot about, and it is the string with the reels. I think we can point those out. See them up here? I've got all my tomatoes down here, and these are spaced about 14 inches apart. I've already started on them. I've already started running these down, and I thought I would take an opportunity to show you guys how we do those. So stick around. Short video, but this is going to make a huge difference. Traditionally we have done our tomatoes outside of buckets, and we have done them on these cattle panels. And you can see I've got my cucumbers. We just planted those today. So we've got the cucumbers down there, and historically we run our tomatoes all the way up here and our cucumbers too. But a good friend of mine told me a little bit about these buckets and how they work. As you can see, let me get line up here. So what I've got here, I took a 4x4x10, put 2 feet in the ground. I took a piece of cattle panel. I want to show you guys that. So I just took a piece of old cattle panel that I had that was a little bent up, and I just cut the whole bottom piece off. It ran over there. I put it here, and it goes all the way down. Okay, all the way down to here. Now you're probably saying, why didn't you run a cable? I did not run a cable because I didn't have one, and I had that panel that was a little jacked up. We'd run it over with the Kubota a couple of times, and I don't want to waste stuff, so I went ahead and used that. So far, the people that have come up here have said this works really well. It's very sturdy. I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's pretty sturdy, and I like the way that it clips. A little side note too: if you guys don't have one of these in your gardening area, you're crazy if you don't. That's some of the best times up here, just listening to that and chilling out. Let's start putting these in. I'm going to put a link below to where I got them. You can get them off Johnny Seeds and some other places, but I found a pretty good deal on Amazon, and I'm trying them out. So again, we've got 20 tomato plants. All of these are indeterminate. I have red cherry, black cherry, honeycomb cherry. Let me think what else. There's another type. Honeycomb, what is this one? Honeycomb orange, that's one. Then cherry, honeycomb, and then a good friend of mine in Richmond turned me on to these German Johnsons, and I have 1, 2, 3 of those. Last year we had absolutely no luck with them. I'm hoping they're going to do better this year. And then here's something that you all need to try if you're not currently doing it, is I am planting 5 Shasta onions in the bottom of each one, and that is going to make a huge difference. Now, if you look right here, you can already see there are blooms on this, and the leaf may look a little odd to you all. You can see it on here even better. This is a Brandywine, and the Brandywine is an heirloom. Absolutely delicious. They do not bear as much. Let me see if I can't get down here. They do not bear as many tomatoes, but I have heard that they were absolutely incredible. And if you look again, you can see the onions that I've planted. That's going to keep any bugs away, and you also can double crop. So let me show you guys how to put these up, and we will go ahead and get started on reeling some of these down. So basically, these are just small clips. You can see they have a small little hook piece on here that will hold that. This just clips on. This feature here allows you to move this so that you can, let's see if I can't get this started, unreel that. And then that will lock when you come around. See right there, that will lock, and you can hold this and you just tie this around your tomato. Something new I'm trying this year. A good friend of mine used these last year, absolutely loved them on the indeterminate. As I showed you earlier, we historically just put them on the cattle panels, but I wanted more space. Instead of having 8 tomato plants, we're going with 33 this year. We've got some determinates right here, 13 of those Celebrity, and a Johnny's BHN 589. Okay, so let's get these up. As I said, these just clip really easily on the panel. To show you all, see how easy that is? And then you just pull this, and this comes right down. And then all you have to do is just come to the bottom, tie a little knot. Very easy to do. And then wrap your tomato around it. And you've got a little bit of slack here, so I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to tighten up a little bit. You do want some slack. You can see that you're going to want some slack in these because as the weight pulls, it's going to pull down a little bit. But right now, that's really all it is to it. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these. We'll do one more. I'll show you guys one more. Really simple to do. You can see how easy this comes down. And you just reach down gingerly and tie. Now remember with your indeterminates, everybody, remember when you're indeterminates, I know you can't see all of me, but you're only going to want to keep the leaves on as it grows. You're only going to want to leave the leaves on that have, or the stems on that actually have the blooms. So as this grows up, you just clip those off and then you'll just have the tomatoes. More energy can go to the tomato. And then as it goes to the top, so as these tomatoes grow all the way to the top and they come up here, the beauty of this is if you do this correctly, you should just have a vine because you're harvesting the tomatoes as they go up and clip in. And then as it gets up here, you can reach up gingerly and release and actually pull down. The vine can go on the ground or around the bucket, and then the tomato can keep growing up. And then you just continually lower it and bring it up and lower it and bring it up. Some people will take this and they won't do but half of that, and as the tomato comes on, they'll lay the vine and they'll just start moving this over, and you'll have vines on the ground, and then they will just slowly start coming up like this. I'm not going to do that because you can very easily just take that vine and put it around the base of the tomato as it starts to grow and just let it come up. But with this method, you will be able to have tomatoes up until the first frost. So my friend says, I'm very curious to see the indeterminates. As I said, we've got the black cherry, we have the honeycomb cherry, the German Johnsons, the red cherries, the potato leafed heirloom brandy wine, and then a big beef. I've never had the big beef or the brandy wine. I'm very curious about both of those. But with those different varieties, I'm hoping to be able to take tomatoes to the market all the way until the end of the year. So I'm going to get these done. Any questions or comments, let me know. If you've done this before and you see something I'm doing that's different, please let me know. I know a lot of people don't do this with buckets, but I'm going to have a lot of luck with the buckets. I normally do. I mean, I'm doing a lot of peppers in the buckets. I'm going to do a couple of cucumbers, and this is my experimental year. If this is going to work for me, I'm going to save a lot of room in the raised beds and have this. I can stack the buckets, put them away, and use them from year to year. I've got an unlimited supply of the buckets, and it works out great. Again, anybody that's done this, you see me doing something wrong, tell me what's up. Thanks again. Have a great day. Give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends about me. And we'll see what happens. Thanks.